Hello there. So today, death initiations. Something we all experience is people we love reaching the end of their life and letting go of the physical body and passing into the next part of the amazing journey which it is to be human. So I want to focus not so much on the person who does that as on those of us that are close to them, the loved ones. And I'm giving you strictly the shamanic perspective on this, because if you're a shamanic practitioner, one of the things you need to be aware of is if someone close to you, someone you have strong, powerful feelings about, is reaching the end of their life, this represents an extraordinary opportunity for you. And it's something that's going to happen to you whether you like it or not. However, if you can stay awake and aware in these times, then that will be of enormous benefit to you, and it will mean that you can help those who are in the similar situation as you, watching that person ending their life and preparing to pass into spirit. So this is the most important thing, is to be aware of what is going on, aware of your feelings, aware of your thoughts as you are helping this person going through those end times, experiencing what may well involve pain, illness, whatever it might be. Stay awake, stay aware. And also, very important, as your shamanic practitioner, tuning into your guides and your helpers on a regular basis, perhaps every day, tuning into them and being aware of their presence, helping you going through this time. Because an initiation is something that takes us outside our comfort zones, and I do feel, having had the experience of this myself, that the passing of a loved one is perhaps the most severe wrenching outside of our comfort zones we can possibly experience as human beings. So there's a massive amount of learning which inevitably happens, particularly if you're awake and aware. And indeed, if people ask me, how is it you're able to do what you do, I say it's because of the three really powerful passings into spirit which have moved me. And I'm using this word death, and of course there's no such thing. It's an illusion. It's just I'm using that for the sake of convenience, because it is letting go of the body, letting go of the physical vehicle, the glove that we inhabit with our souls and spirits. And of course we continue, and therefore it's another very important and significant thing to remember, that when the person does pass into spirit, we can do psychopomp for them. And if you want to know about psychopomp, I suggest you search for psychopomp UT shaman. It's there. I may get time to put the link under the description, and you can do something incredibly powerful and helpful for that person when that time comes. And as well as that, because we are aware that ultimately there is no death, it means we can do what people in many parts of the world where indigenous culture still remains, in most parts of Asia this is very well known, we continue the conversation. So important to continue the conversation with a loved one who's passed, because again, believe it or not, they are aware of what's going on, and people do sometimes receive very direct evidence which to them is irrefutable of the continuity of life beyond what people call death. That's important too. But it's in terms of your shamanic and your spiritual development that I'm really wanting to address the remaining portion of this film too, because it is such a powerful learning. Anything that takes us to the edge and over the edge, we can learn so much from. And so this is the case with this, and you discover that when you've been through one of these, and I've been through 3, then what it does, and I'm also going through my fourth, what it means is it means we have an even deeper understanding of what it is to be human, how to help people, and our guides and our helpers, the link we have between them seems to become even stronger than it was beforehand. So there is so much to be gained from this, but most particularly by staying awake and aware. And this means paying attention to feelings and thoughts as they arise, not judging them, but just being aware of them. And this will be a great help. And then the other thing is, of course, that when such a time does occur, it's very much necessary for people to realise that a lot of the average people who have that experience, they don't know how to cope. And so what we can then do is we can provide a point of stability, a point of foundation to help them going through the tumultuous things that they experience. Because without guides and helpers, when someone passes into spirit, it can be a very vexing and troubling time. It's not to say that we don't find it a rough ride, of course we do, but the things we accept that rough ride as part of our spiritual development and evolution. But the average person won't see that. They're much more likely to be caught up into anger and denial and states which fundamentally don't really help them or the one that's passed. And I love this bit of sound going on right behind me as I continue to talk about this, because this is yet another important point. Off you go. When a person is going through this with someone that they love, they might well feel lost. They might not know which way is up and which way is down anymore. And so you can provide a great service to them just by keeping in touch with them, just by being there to listen. These are all really important things to do, because as I started off by saying, this is something that touches all of us. Everyone is going to be exposed to the experience of someone passing and having to handle that. So God bless all shamans, because we all do great work, and even if we don't always get the actual verbal appreciation, we are very much appreciated. It's worth remembering that. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you great love. I'm sending great love to someone who I'm very close to, who's going through this whole experience at the moment, and I'm aware of others as well. So thank you all very much.